Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have some posts from the 1.5.6 patch notes forum post, obviously, this one right over here. We have some reply from the devs to certain questions. Here we go, I'll just show you all of them, and we're going to go over them. We're going to see what new information we can get from them, and then we're going to go from there. So let's get right into it. So first, we have our beloved favorite dev. No, I'm just kidding, but people say that, but just, everybody's doing their job, man. But people do enjoy his posts. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna link all this down below for you guys, all the posts and stuff. If you guys want to go check it out for yourself. Alright, so player asks, I married my brother to King Dirth. I still can't say his name. King D daughter. Yeah, they took Onira and Vostrom by day 50 in my save. I don't think they can be fixed until they nerf the faction bonuses, sadly. That it is coming soon, as the devs have stated. Alrighty, so the dev responds, if you examine graphs from 1.5.5 and 1.5.6 at Snowballing post, you can see that there's no huge change in the first 5 to 10 years in both versions. Still, 1 to 2 factions can go and capture several towns in the first years. Difference is at 1.5.5, mostly 3 to 4 factions dominate world at late game, 20 years plus. In 1.5.6, this number will be higher, like 5, 6, 7. Every game is different, by the way. Please look at 1.5.5 and 1.5.6 comparison graph below. So obviously this is 1.5.5. Just make it bigger. So this is 1.5.5 right over here. First 10 years, and how much is that? That's so like around here is 20 years. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is 20 years. As you can see, some are going really up, some are going really down. This guy's already dead. And then what looks like 40 years. You can see you have the top dogs, and then you just have the people who just aren't there at all. Now at 1.5.6, as you can see, they start out here. Some go up, some go down, then they come back to the middle a little bit. As you can see, you still have your guys at the top, you still have your guys at the bottom, but at the same time, no one's breaking that 40 fortification limit. They might, but like they're gonna stay kind of close together. Unlike here, you have this person right here about 65, you got one at 50, and then you got people at 0. So obviously huge improvement. But here's my, that's not even a criticism at all. Like, really, this is a great job. This is great work. But would be, like he said, every game is different. I'm wondering, I think it is still possible, if it's still possible to just like still get this type of results just sometimes in your saves. I don't know if people would like that, but I would love that. Where most of your games kind of go like this, but obviously with player, this is without player interaction, by the way. These graphs are no player interaction, just fast forwarded time. This is how the kingdoms act. So obviously they're still gonna act different depending on who the player chooses and stuff of that nature. But it would be cool to see like this pop up just randomly in like every like, I don't know, 10th, 20th save, something like that. But overall, great job. This is huge improvements, huge. The game, like how long you can play the game has been increased by so much. For best comparison, run game 20 years and 20x speed mode. See, exactly. No player interaction, just speed of time. And count fiefs, town is 2 and castles is 1 for each kingdom at 1104. And post your results in the snowballing post, which is this post right here. We have gone over this. I might check it out again to see what kind of new stuff was added, but this is like the post with all the graphs and stuff. We did go over this. It took a long time. It took like an hour, but he shows how every single little change he made has improved the graph, which is great to see. But alright, then we can make better comparisons by taking average of different users' results at both versions. For a good evaluation, it is good to collect data from at least 5 different 20-year runs, obviously to get the average. Okay. Of course, we still have problems and still cassettes are OP because of their high mounted unit ratio and speed bonus. However, 1.5.6 is better in terms of keeping more factions at the map for a longer time. For better results, other kingdoms should have higher mounted unit ratio too. There will be more developments about these issues in the future. Sounds good. That has to do it for this page, and let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, you got a player. Thank you so much. I just want to double check one thing: is the conformity for just each type of troop, or literally each individual prison type? Like, is having 15 constate horse archers the same as 15 different tier 4 units? You are welcome. The dev replies: conformity is for each type of unit, so having 15 prisoners of one type would be different than having 15 different prisoners. Okay. And also, oh, it says it right here too, so let me just read this. Why not? Player states, I got my first tier 5 units. Listen, you can now recruit tier 5, I think tier 6 as well, units. It'll obviously take a long time, but it is now possible. Huge news, huge news. You know, for the longest time, I didn't even know, and you guys stayed in the comments talking about, why do you still have all those troops? I believed, but now it actually is possible. So now, you know, you can actually keep them as prisoners, and eventually you will get them on your side. I think that is very, very good, in my opinion. Next, we have right over here. So, player asks, can somebody explain this better? Is it random check each hour, or is it like the value that adds up over time, randomly on a unit each hour? Basically, I'm guessing he's talking about the conformity. Yeah, he is. Because they said that it adds up over time, over each in-game hour. Basically, in early game, prisoners were turning about as expected, but now that I have 50 good war prisoners, nobody has turned. Okay, and the developer responds, conformity adds up over time. Each hour, a random prisoner troop is selected, and for that troop, conformity gets generated. As you have more prisoners, this process will spread across troops, resulting in slower... Oh, okay. So conformity, it doesn't... If you have 50 troops, it's going to pick every hour one of those troops, and the conformity will rise for that troop. Okay, it's not just rising for all the troops over time. It's like picking, and the less troops you have, the faster they're going to join you. So if you only have one, every hour it's going to pick that one. Interesting. Very cool. We'll hire tier 4. Okay, so another player asks again. Will hire tier 4 units not turn until I have higher leadership? Also, will tier 5 and tier 6 units join now? They will. Dev responds, you can recruit prisoners from every tier, but to recruit a tier 4 prisoner takes much more time than to recruit a tier 1 prisoner. Makes sense. So if you don't have high leadership and related perks such as stout defender or fervent attacker, you're going to wait longer. I'm guessing they have like a secondary effect on prisoner recruitment. Okay. And then the player asks again, or hold on. Or is conformity slowly building up and just taking long because of so many troops? Okay, it's pretty much the same answer here. The more troops you have, the slower recruitment. Hey, very cool. I think it's huge that we can now get tier 5 and tier 6 troops. I like the conformity thing. I kind of like how they did it here, where it's just like a random troop. It's not just something that builds up over time. And you can't just, get 50 troops, what's it called, and then go through a couple battles, and then almost I would say 50% of the 50 troops want to join you. Now you actually have to kind of wait a little bit. They have to kind of change their minds. If you have a lot of them, it takes a little bit longer. It makes sense. And I also, obviously, tier 5 and tier 6 troops. Here we go. But, yeah, that will do it for me. There's a little bit more answers on the forums, but I thought these were the most informational. So there it is. I'm going to link all these down below for you guys to check out and ask me any questions, any concerns. And like always, stay safe.